What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do just a quick video giving some recruitment advice for sorority recruitment at UF Panhellenic. But this advice can really be used at any school, so if you don't go to UF, don't X out this video because there'll still be some useful advice for you in here. So I kind of want to start off with just overall tips. Number one, obviously I know everyone says this, but be yourself. It's really hard sometimes to be yourself during sorority recruitment. Like you just feel like you have to be somebody else and it feels kind of fake at some points, and don't let that discourage you. Like I remember when I was going into recruitment, I thought that I had to be this like Lily Pulitzer girl who was super preppy, and that's obviously not me. I went out to the mall and bought a Lily Pulitzer skirt and Lily Pulitzer dress just for recruitment to wear, because I was trying to put on a show and make these girls like me. And I remember the first day you wear a shirt that's given to you by Panhellenic. So I didn't get to wear my Lily Pulitzer outfit that was literally so expensive. And I remember walking in and meeting people, and I was just having such real conversations, and I wasn't expecting that at all. And no one I was talking to seemed like that they were a Lily Pulitzer kind of person. And I mean, there's very few people that I have met that are preppy like that. I mean, of course there's like a couple that were in my sorority, but they're still cool. But you don't need to be someone that you're not. You really don't. And if you act like someone that you're not, through the process, you're gonna end up in a house where you don't belong, and you're not gonna be happy, and you're probably gonna end up dropping. So that's my number one, is to be yourself, because you will find your people. And if you don't, maybe your people aren't in sorority, Panhellenic, recruitment. You know, there's so many other ways to make friends, whether it's through intramural sports or the other sorority chapters. It's not just Panhellenic. There's other ones. There's like business sororities and all kinds of stuff. And you'll find your people. Student government. So don't get discouraged about that. My second overall tip that is huge is take notes. You're having so many conversations, you're meeting so many people, and it's like, I mean, it's a long process. It's like almost a week, I think, or maybe over a week. I don't remember exactly. I just graduated. If I wouldn't have taken my notes, once I went to the building I went to prep, I would not have remembered who to pick or what conversations I had. It's all a blur. You get your conversations mixed up. It's really difficult. I still have my notes in my phone. Here, I'll pull them up. Okay, so here's my notes. I have a lot going on for each round. But like, okay, so here's a example. I put this, I'm not gonna say any sorority names, but blank girl is a journalism major. They do TRIP, which is like this organization UF, and you go on a trip pretty much. Weekend adventures. Another sorority. Girl that yelled, so funny, win a lot of stuff. Like just like random notes to help you remember the experience that you had. Like the girl that was yelling, I can't even remember her name, but I guess that she runs through the house and bangs on everybody's doors on game days. And I still remember that, but I would not have remembered that if I hadn't wrote that down. You know, all kinds of stuff. And then I wrote down like my preferences of, for after round one, the 11 houses I wanted to keep, and I kept doing that. So yeah. Now I'll get into the round one advice. For round one, there's like, you know, over 1,000 girls going through round one. So it's really, really important to make an impact here. Because the amount of girls that get cut round one is huge. So, and it's 2 days. There's 2 days of all day long girls coming in and out of the house. So, I mean, each girl is probably gonna interview a ton of people. So it's really important. I don't even want to call it an interview, because it really is just a conversation. It's like 10 minutes and it feels so relaxed. At least it was for me. But make an impact. This is your time to shine. I mean, it's important to listen also, but definitely try to throw in some facts about yourself and make an impact. I wasn't really able to throw in a lot of facts about myself. I just tried to make myself memorable by having either a really good conversation or trying to be funny. Just really show your personality, because they'll be able to see that and they'll know whether you're a good fit for the sorority or not. And don't get upset if a house that you really like dropped you. because these people that are doing the whole process are really good at it, and they have been doing it, and maybe they did like you and they thought you were really great, but they could see you as a better fit somewhere else, and they don't want to keep bringing you back and keeping you from this other sorority that you really would be happier and a better fit at. So that's a big tip. Let's see. Also, don't write off houses. A lot of times people, will go on stupid websites like Greek Rank. That's also a huge tip. Do not read anything you see on Greek Rank. It's stupid. People just go on there and troll. Like, the tier system's just dumb. I mean, it makes people feel like shit about themselves. It's just not. Don't go on Greek Rank. But people still do, and people will write off houses and not try to have a good conversation because they're not a top tier, I mean, it's just, you never know who you're gonna be friends with. I mean, I am still friends with people who rush me in houses that I didn't end up in. Well, I only ended up in one house, but you know what I mean. And you never know who you're gonna meet. I mean, just because the house isn't a top tier house doesn't mean that the people that are in that sorority aren't kind, caring, great, compassionate people. People, and some of the top tier houses are rude and bitchy, and that's just how it is, and it's up to you whether that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with or not. So that's kind of it for round one. Just make sure you make an impact. It's not super serious, just wherever you feel comfortable. I mean, you get to pick 11 houses, so more than likely you're going to get more than a few back. It's very rare that people get all the houses back that they want. So don't be upset, if somebody dropped you. You never know why. And a lot of times the computers make errors. I know in my sorority, we accidentally dropped one of our advisor's daughters one time. And it wasn't us. It was a computer error. So don't, get in a loop thinking about what did I do? Probably nothing. You're probably fine. But just another tip for conversation. Obviously don't talk about drugs, alcohol, boys. Those are just not appropriate to talk about. Even if the girls in the sorority do drink, it's just not something to talk about during recruitment. You just don't. No crazy stories like that. Round two is the philanthropy round. So basically just pay attention. I know, for example, a lot of people have been affected by breast cancer. So try to find a place where, the philanthropy means something a lot to you. It means something to you, and it's something that you can see yourself getting involved in. Because you want to join a sorority where you can see yourself blossoming, growing, getting involved, meeting new people. I mean, everyone has a great philanthropy. I mean, it's a philanthropy. There's not a bad one. But just keep an eye for that. There's not really a whole lot of advice around two. Just pay attention, listen, pick up on details. You're going to have a longer conversation with this girl. So, again, try to make an impact. And you might even talk to two people. A lot of times there'll be multiple people in a room, and at some point in the conversation it will shift, and both of those girls are going to have to remember you and tell the other members about you and what they thought. So don't just try to impress the girl you're talking to. If you're ever in a room with someone else in that sorority, or someone walks up to your conversation and they're floating around, try to make an impression on them. I know it's hard, it's like 2 seconds, but just smile, never stop smiling, and you'll be all set. Because a lot of times girls come through and just don't seem like they want to be there, so just try to make that impression. Round 3 is my favorite round. It's the video. Videos are just so fun to watch. My advice for the video is just try to pick up on stuff that looks fake. I mean, I know that they're all kind of posed and whatnot, but a lot of times the videos will have interviews, and that's your time to really try to listen to the girls' testimonies and figure out where you'd be a good fit. And yeah, I mean, I didn't even end up picking the house that I thought had the best video of the ones I got to go to for round 3. So, I wouldn't judge the whole thing off your video. It's really based on your conversations, but the video round's just fun to see all the girls in action running around and seeing what fun stuff they go do together. Sorry, I'm talking really fast. Okay, so then last but not least, prefs. Prefs is great. You get to go to 3 houses if you have 3 houses left. There's dessert. Oh my gosh, this one house I prefed at had Gigi's cupcakes. So good. So normally, I mean, I guess it's normal. That's just what I feel like is normal. At least they try to do this. Your girl who prefed you will be someone who's rushed you before. And for me, that feels more personal. You know, they really like you, you know, the person that's rushing you. If they've rushed you before, it just feels so genuine. And out of the 3 houses I prefed at, only 2 had only 2 of them were a person that had rushed me before. And at one of them, the girl who rushed me, I didn't feel like we had like a great conversation. So I was kind of like, And at the house where the girl I talked to hadn't rushed me before, we had a great conversation. I really liked her, but I ended up picking the one house who had me paired with the girl that I had rushed me before, because it just felt so genuine. And I was like, wow, like they really like me. They really want me here. And that's what the kind of feeling you want to go for. And definitely in prefs, a lot of times, the PNMs, like the potential new members, they aren't honest, they aren't open, and they'll tell every house that they're preffing at, I want to be on your lawn tomorrow. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. If you don't see yourself there on the lawn, don't say that. And you know, it's okay to say that if you really, really like them and you really do see yourself on the lawn. Sure, whatever, you can say that, but it's just like you're really like, because there's a certain amount of people you can have on your list, and they might cut someone off of their list for you when you put, you know, some other random house first, and that messes up their lawn, and that's just not fair. So I never wanted to say, yeah, I want to be here, you know, except for that one house, because that was my last one, and I was like, this is it. Just say, you know, I'm still thinking about it. I really like this house. I'm still thinking. I don't know, sure. That's what I would do, just because you just don't want to get the girl really excited and her be looking for you, and then you don't end up on the list. It's just weird, and it's awkward. And then, I mean, I know people that did that to me, and then I see them at Midtown. I still love them and we're still friends, but I'm just like, it made me so sad. I want to see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be honest and be open if you really do see yourself there, but don't lie and just make stuff up because, you know, you feel that they want you on your lawn, because you're gonna see them out. Like, I see girls that rush me at Midtown or just like random places. You're gonna see them. Like, it's just, UF is huge, but it's also very small. So yeah, your pref round is probably gonna be pretty emotional. A lot of people are crying. I didn't cry. I was confused why people were crying, but a lot of people cry. A lot of people get really touched, and it's a really emotional conversation. And I cried once I was an actual member and I was going through recruitment, because, you know, a lot of times at most sororities, the people that are already members will do like a testimony, like a big to a little, about how much they needed them and stuff. And if they've been through something, the chapters help them get them through it. And it's emotional, and that makes you cry, and sometimes the PNMs can relate to the story, and it's just a really emotional time. So make sure you just take it really seriously and just try to be in the moment and be present. So yeah, that's pretty much all the advice that I have. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You know, again, just be yourself, take notes, be honest about your feelings, and don't be upset, you know, if you get to I can't even remember what the place is called, Phillips Center, and you open your card and it's not the house you put number 1. Everything happens for a reason. You probably weren't meant to be there. I know I have friends that opened their card, wasn't the house they wanted, and now they can't picture themselves anywhere else but the house that was on their card, and cannot picture themselves in the house that they wanted. And that's just how it is, you know. And if you don't, and sometimes people don't get a house, and that's totally fine. Like, sororities they're fun, but they're not all that, and it's not your whole college experience. I mean, I had fun the first few years, but, you know, towards the end, I was getting, you know, kind of get burnt out. You've been, you know, you have your friends, and it's just not that serious. Like, I know so many people who, when they were going through recruitment, were just sad, and, oh, this house didn't want me. Well, who cares? If that house didn't want you, you should want them. You don't want to be with people who don't want you. Like, you stand your ground, and you are beautiful, and you are tall, and you're strong, and you stand tall, and just keep trucking, and you'll find your people, and don't even worry about it, because there are so many other organizations at UF that you can get involved with. It doesn't have to be Greek life. You know, Greek life's kind of on the dwindle. People are getting kicked off campus for stupid crap. I mean, if I had to predict in the next 20 years, I don't think Greek life will be a thing, and at least not the way it is now. I mean, that's just what I think's gonna happen. I don't know, we'll see. Don't hold me to it. So I hope you guys have a great recruitment. Stay true to yourself, be confident, smile, try not to be shy, you know, like we are just the people, the members are just as nervous to meet you as you are to meet them. And I know when they come out of the house, everyone looks robotic and it's, you know, scary, everyone looks like Barbies. It's fine. It's just gonna be, once you walk in the house, especially once you know that you like that house, it's gonna feel so comfortable. And if you don't feel comfortable, it's probably not the place for you. So yeah, just be open and ready for this amazing experience. And I hope that you love the next 4 years. And even if you're rushing into sophomore, junior, or even the senior, like, I hope that you get the house that you want and it's the amazing experience that you always dreamed of. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about sorority recruitment, even whether it's at UF or if you have one advice about something else. Let me know. I will comment back to everybody. And yeah, like and subscribe for more. And I'll leave my information in the bio. Bye guys.